I actually visited the famous Edo 100 views drawn by Hiroshige Ando, which I love, and what the scene is like now. 030 Sprit-Trunk Camphor at Azuma Shrine, which was located northeast of the Kameido Umeyashiki and north of the Kitajukken River, and its approach. The camphor tree in this company had a bifurcated trunk from about 1.2 meters above the ground, and was called the Renri camphor tree or Aioi camphor tree, which was the sacred tree of this company. This time, first, let's unravel the Chronicles of Japan. The 12th Emperor Keiko orders his son Wous to defeat the Kumaso Takeru brothers, the western barbarians who rule Kyushu. On the day of the feast, Wous wears his long hair, dresses in the kimono given to him by his aunt, and succeeds in sneaking into the mansion of Kumaso Takeru, who is superbly guarded. Wous is praised for his bravery by his brother, Kumaso Takeru, who is on the verge of death, and receives the name of Yamato Takeru. Since then, Wous has come to call himself Yamato Takeru. Immediately after returning from the barbarian subjugation in the west, his father, Emperor Keiko, repeatedly ordered the barbarian subjugation in the east. Yamato Takeru visits his aunt again and is given the sword, Kusanagi no Shorogi, and a bag that were in Ice Jinku. In Sagami no Kuni, Yamato Takeru, who was deceived as having a god who is raging in Kuni no Maitsuko, is attacked by fire in the field. When I opened the bag I got from my aunt, there was a flint, so I swept the grass with Kusanagi no Shorogi, lit the Ukiyo-e, and burned the enemy. Therefore, this area was named Yazu, Burned Harbor. When crossing from Sagami to Kazusa, the god of the sea around the current Uraga-Tsuino causes waves, and the ships of Yamato Takeru are struggling to advance and retreat. His wives, Kitajukken River, released the anger of the sea god Watatsumi, saying, "The wind is coming and the waves are going to sink. This is surely the work of the sea god Watatsumi. Let me enter the sea in place of the prince," she said, pulling multiple tatami mats over the waves and entering the sea. Then the waves naturally became quiet. Later people came to call this Hachomizu, running water. 7 days later, the kimono of the keepsake that my wife, Kitajukken River, wore was washed ashore near the forest of Azuma, so I built a platform in the forest and let her go around Mizugaki to make a mausoleum. Did Yamato Takeru come his wife's Odo to Kibanahan, and then ate and inserted the camphor tree chopsticks I used at that time into the eastern part of the mausoleum. Later, branches and leaves came out on these chopsticks and stuck to each other, forming a large camphor tree with one root and two trunks. Since the color of the camphor tree leaves does not change, this tree is regarded as a symbol of a strong relationship between men and women, and this is called Renri. Even now, the camphor tree, which is said to be the second generation, is left in the precincts of the Goho Shrine with only the roots dead. In addition, when the disease became epidemic, it is said that the leaves of the sacred tree were used as a talisman to reject the intractable disease. Hiroshige uses the title as Azusa of Renri, but it is said that he may have mistakenly written Azusa for camphor tree, but if you look closely, it does not mean that it does not look like camphor tree. Currently, there is a place named Sogora in Sogora City and Narashino City, but it is said that this is a place name named after the legend that the sleeves of the kimono of Odo to Kibanaheim have arrived. In addition, the address of this Azuma Shrine, Takabana, Sumida Ward, comes from Odo to Kibanaheim. It is said that Yamato Takeru, who conquered Emishi, remembered his wife's, Odo to Kibanaheim, when he reached the summit of Ashigara on his way home, and lamented, "Ozuma, my wife Hiea." After that, it seems that the east from Mount Ashigara came to be called Azuma. It's almost a myth, so there are many strange stories, but it's quite interesting. Let's take a closer look at the picture from above. Things that look like oyster catchers are flying in the sunrise. It's the hurricane now. You can see that the dark green forest continues far away. Isn't the black part the field? The river that crosses the middle row is Nakagawa, and to the left is Azuma Shrine, which is now Azuma Shrine. The Nobori lined up along the approach to the shrine are the ones that you can thank when your wish is fulfilled. The bifurcated camphor tree is also small, but it is drawn properly. At the bottom, the contrast between the Edo citizens walking along the causeway and the cherry blossoms, and the green bank and the yellow color of the causeway is vivid. On the Kitajukken River in the foreground, a sightseeing boat operated by the captain and a fishing boat pass each other. The dark blue gradation of the Kitajukken River expresses the depth and flow of the river. I searched for this place on an old map. In addition, Hiroshige's viewpoint is represented by a red gradation. I'm still quite sick, but I forcibly overlaid the current Apple map. It looks like the view from the sky above Fukushima. I actually went to this place. It seems that it is a view seen from the sky around here. The Kitajukken River is well protected by concrete and has a promenade. The causeway and its surroundings are lined with private houses. To the left is Cal's Tokyo office. I also went to Azuma Shrine, but it's quite small. Compared to the size of the site depicted in the picture, it was much smaller. In addition, private houses are lined up so as to surround the shrine. The shrine is a little higher than the surroundings. I tried to fit this photo into Hiroshige's painting. It seems that the viewpoint is higher, so I modified the image of Apple Map a little and fitted it. What do you think? Famous places born from the mythical world have been completely driven away by human activities, and have changed completely with convenience and concrete.